Hey guys, Justin Watcher here from ProSportsExtra.com. I'm going to do a couple little quick videos here. If you like them, let me know. If you hate them, let me know. I'm cool. I'll let you know how everything's going to be going on from here on. So I'm going to give you a quick little video here. ProSportsExtra.com. Once again, Twitter, Facebook, all the socials. You know how to find all that crap already. So why do you need me to tell you? Pro Sports Extra. So I'm going to give you a little bit from my here. So I'm going to mostly focus on WWE stuff. If you don't like it, that's fine. The site has MLB, NBA, NFL, everything else you need, all other sports, and of course, extra. So there's everything there for you, whether you like WWE or not. This, I'm going to do a quick little video here because I wrote a column on the website. It was the top 10 most undeserving WWE/world champions since the brand split. That's going back to the 2002 version. So brand split, if you guys know what I'm talking about, you already know. 2002 brand split. So I'm going to give you a quick little recap here for a few minutes. If you want the full column though, ProSportsExtra.com, it has everything there and I go into detail about everything. So I'm going to give you the quick little top 10 list here. If you agree, let me know below in the comments. If you disagree, same deal, let me know in the comments. If you want to follow me personally, I only do the Twitter game, so you can only find me on Twitter. It's at Justin Watchery. The spelling, everything's on there. Everything's going to be listed, pointed everywhere. It's all on there. So here we go. Number 10, I have the Great Khali. Do you guys remember Great Khali? 2007, he was actually the world champion for SmackDown. That is true, folks. He was the world champion on SmackDown. They were in a little bit of a bind at the time. Edge had just gotten injured, and they didn't really have a whole lot of options. So they went to Great Khali for a 2-month little span there. So I have him listed if you want the full story. Again, ProSportsExtra.com. Number 9, I have Sheamus from 2009. Not the more recent Sheamus. I thought he ended up growing into a great superstar. He's a King of the Ring winner. He won the Royal Rumble. He won Money in the Bank. He actually has a couple WrestleMania moments. So he's done a lot. So don't discredit Sheamus at all. But in 2009, when he beat John Cena at TLC, he was probably a little bit too early into his run there. He had just come from the ECW brand. I don't know about his 2009 run. So I listed him. Number 8, I put Rvd Rob Van Damme. We all know about him, but we also know what happened in 2006 when WWE finally decided to invest in him. He got the Money in the Bank contract at WrestleMania 22 in Chicago. He ended up cashing in ECW One Night Stand 2 over John Cena. He was getting the push of a lifetime, and of course he was also awarded the ECW Championship for their entire brand that was returning. And what does he do? What happens? It goes up in smoke. Again, if you want the whole story of how he honestly blew it, yes he did. Go to the column, ProSportsExtra.com. Number 7, I have Dolph Ziggler in 2011. I'm not talking about 2013 when he cashed in Money in the Bank in one of the greatest moments of all time in Raw history, if you ask me. One of the biggest pops you'll ever hear. If you want to go find that, Dolph Ziggler cashes in. Go find it. Dolph Ziggler cashes in the Money in the Bank briefcase. It was a great moment, but unfortunately, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about 2011. Yes, folks, he was the world champion in 2011. How do you not remember this? Because it lasted less than 2 hours on an episode of SmackDown. It was pretty bad. It wasn't really deserving. It didn't really matter, honestly. It went from Edge to Ziggler for 2 hours, back to Edge. Nobody even remembers it. But in the official history books, yes, Dolph Ziggler 2011 was a world champion. Speaking of 2010 Kane, I have, oh man, Kane got a run in 2010. He won a Money in the Bank ladder. He won the Money in the Bank ladder match. He ended up cashing in pretty quickly on Rey Mysterio, and he got a little bit of a run there. It wasn't the greatest, but it was more like a thank you. It was the gold watch for the veteran that's leaving, or winding down his career. It's a little thank you gift for him, but again, more details, ProSportsExtra.com for all that. 2010, again, I have Jack Swagger at number 5. I'm all for giving guys new chances, and everybody new gets an opportunity. I'm all for that, trust me. It's a great thing, and I'm all for that. You have to keep doing it in this business, but Jack Swagger in 2010, oh boy, it was a little rough. Again, Money in the Bank briefcase. I don't know why I can't say that phrase right now, but 2010 WrestleMania 26 in Arizona just wasn't the best run for him. Number 4, I have CM Punk, 2008. Not 2009. I have 2008 only. He was the world champion. He had just come from ECW. Also, notice a little trend here. He wasn't quite on the up and up, but honestly, if you look at the other feuds at the time, John Cena was feuding with Batista. I mean, Shawn Michaels was feuding with Chris Jericho. I think even Edge and Undertaker were winding down their feud at the time. Everything was going on. I mean, Triple H was the WWE champion on SmackDown. He was having a long reign. And then there was CM Punk with the World Championship over on Raw. I know it was his first taste of kind of major gold on a major brand, but nah, not the best there for him. Number 3, I have Brock Lesnar, 2014. I'm only including 2014 because that's when he was the only champion. I don't know if this officially counts because there wasn't another title involved, but he was the only champion. He demolished John Cena at SummerSlam 2014, and then he just disappeared for a while. After the following month, they had a quick little rematch, which ended in a DQ, and then he was gone for a while. from fall to winter, WWE had no major world title. They just didn't have it. So eventually he did come back and had a great run, and I'm all for Brock Lesnar. His title reigns and years later were awesome. Everything was great. But that's because there was another title involved. There was another title on a different brand or a different show or whatever it was. In 2014, though, he was the only man. He was the only name in the game, and unfortunately, you know, he went home. He was on the couch with the title. So I'm the biggest Brock Lesnar fan you'll find, but in 2014, you got to have a world title there, whether it's Raw or SmackDown. Number 2, I know the hate's coming. I know how it goes, but Kofi Kingston. I have Kofi Kingston at number 2. He was basically forced into the position by WWE because of an injury. He was a last-minute replacement, and then he did catch fire, and then from there it was an obvious story. He would beat Daniel Bryan at WrestleMania 35 for the WWE Championship, but it wasn't meant to be. It just wasn't meant to be, and he ended up getting the reign, and then he feuded with, I think, Ziggler for a little bit. I think he feuded with Kevin Owens, maybe even Samoa Joe, Randy Orton. That thing was okay for a while, but it never had an ending. The best part of his reign was the ending, with Brock Lesnar completely destroying him on the Fox debut of SmackDown. So I know a lot of hate for that one. I'm sorry about it, but he wasn't WWE Championship material then, and it was just kind of another thank you run for him, and now he's back to Booty-O's pancakes, you know, whatever he's doing right now. And number 1, it's kind of an obvious one if you can figure it out. ProSportsExtra.com, again, has all of it, but Jinder Mahal, again, I'm all for giving new guys opportunities. I'm all for that stuff, but yeah, Jinder Mahal, he went from losing to Mojo Rawley. That's true. Go back and watch it. He lost to Mojo Rawley a few weeks before feuding with Randy Orton for the WWE Championship, and then the unthinkable happened at Backlash when he actually won the title. He actually got 6 months with it. I can't believe it still, but it actually happened, folks. It actually happened. Jinder Mahal was WWE Champion, and that's going to do it for the top 10 list. Again, if you want more about it, ProSportsExtra.com. They have all the sports, including WWE, that I'm going to be talking about, and hopefully doing a little bit more videos for you guys. So let me know some feedback. Again, all of it is on the socials, ProSportsExtra.com. Until next time, go Pack, go.